I have always loved comic books. Problem is, I grew up kind of poor. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, so the only access to comics that I had was the local library. They had like 2 shelves of comics, and what they had in stock had all been manhandled by a bunch of snotty kids. Like me. So I grew up rereading the same 6 issues over and over until all the pages had fallen out. Now I'm a grown man. I've moved on to greater things, but something in the back of my mind kept pulling me back to the good old days. And that's when I realized I've got money now. And I think I'd like to finish the stories that I started when I was younger. This is Ultimate Nostalgia. Hello and welcome to Ultimate Nostalgia. I am your host, Comic Man, and today we are covering Ultimate X-Men Volume 1, The Tomorrow People. But in the wise words of the unnamed man from The Legend of Zelda, it is dangerous to go in alone. Here, take this. It's my brother David, also known as Comic Man Boy.
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
That's it. You said it, Comic Man Boy. Let's get into it, baby. Ultimate X-Men, The Tomorrow People, written by the infamous Mark Miller. This one's great.
Yeah, it's
also really thick.
fantastic.
Like it's 6 issues.
Mine's thicker than yours.
Well, yeah, but
I've got the omnibus.
But
yeah.
Mine is the actual chunk that we're covering in this episode, dummy. I'm just saying, it's 6 issues, which is the same as Daredevil and Elektra that we covered last week, but it's like twice the thickness. It's a really long story. It took me a couple sittings to get through because kids kept jumping on my face. It's really good.
It's really fantastic, and our first official segment where we talked about the first Spider-Man arc, I guess you could say,
which is a really really good introduction to the character.
It was a really good introduction to Spider-Man, and I think this is better.
It's way better,
in my opinion. It does a fantastic job of introducing.
Not that Spider-Man was bad, but this first issue of X-Men is fantastic.
It does a wonderful job of explaining like what mutants are, what the stakes are, who Magneto is, what these Sentinels are. It just jumps in.
It does a lot of world building, heavy lifting, exposition seamlessly.
Yeah, it starts off with
it doesn't feel like it
broadcast.
drags because it opens with a bang. It opens with the Sentinels saying, "Hey, just an executive order." The president said it's okay to execute mutants on the spot.
Yeah. And I think it's a little bit funny. This is a theme that will run a little bit through X-Men, at least the first couple ones. They have an aversion to show graphic violence.
They show,
but it's
what are you talking about?
I know it's really weird because there are some panels that absolutely
there's a dead guy on panel 2.
I know. No, it's.
Oh, it's a popsicle.
Dude, it's a popsicle. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I was looking at a tiny screen. I'm pretty sure there's like broken like bones popping out of people's arms in this issue, aren't there?
There is later. I think when Wolverine comes in, there's more violence.
Yeah, this was violent.
I know, but it's hilarious. There's a couple times during this run
where they pan away.
There's a couple times during this volume where they intentionally don't show gore, and there's a perfect example in this first panel. There's this guy with a red popsicle, and the Sentinel just completely smashes him, but it's the popsicle juice that sprays everywhere.
It's supposed to look like blood.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I thought that was a little bit funny. They had another there's another instance of it later that happens. But...
this opening is great. It's really good. I will say it's kind of too good. In that, like, it opens with a bang just like world-ending stuff. Like Magneto is like has declared war on the United States, and that's why
humanity,
they
yeah.
retaliate with the Sentinels. He's like, I will kill every human. It's really good, really great introduction. The only problem is it's one of those like the non-Avengers movies where you're like, what was everyone else doing? Like,
Yeah.
how come no one else thought that this was like an important thing to participate in?
Yeah,
Because
that is true.
this issue's really great, but it's like it's huge. Obviously, there are so many X-Men; it would be silly to get other characters involved. But it's really it's good. The first issue is basically Xavier and
Jean Grey.
Magneto both trying to simultaneously scoop up and recruit the same people.
Yeah.
Like,
yep. So Jean Grey is going around doing most of the recruiting for Xavier.
Yep. She grabs Beast and Storm and Colossus, and then the one that she grabs them all really quickly, and then the one that they focus on is both of them trying to grab like Iceman at the same time, and the Sentinels are there trying to kill him. So it's I gotta show the shot of Colossus. Great.
Yeah,
because he's just a dude before this, he's trying to he's like the middleman between two mobs doing like a money deal, and they both double cross, and then everyone dies but him because he's made of metal. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
You can see his underwear. And then Jean Grey scoops him up and say, hey, you could be accepted. We'll accept you over there.
And then there's a good panel with all of them together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so this is another thing that
I really
I
love
thought
this
was
artwork.
interesting.
I'm sorry. This is just peak. See, this is what we were talking about last episode. Like, I like that it's not it's not super realistic.
Yeah.
It's not ultra realistic. It's stylized, but it still looks really good. And like, this is peak. Yeah. This is peak comics.
So after they meet Professor Xavier, there's a little bit more exposition about the origin of Professor X and his relationship with Magneto. And they do another interesting thing that's similar to what they did in Spider-Man, where whenever they're telling something else, the art style switches. And so this is like a sketchbook type of thing. And they do that a couple times, and I really dig that.
Yeah, they talk the Savage Land. That's what it's called. The paradise.
Magneto's over in the Savage Land.
The secret base that he helped Magneto build, and then was betrayed. They had a falling out. This panel's really good too.
There's a lot of good panels in this first episode.
This panel of Xavier using Cerebro and like the reflections that are all distorted in it, and he's seeing Iceman. What's Bobby Drake, for the first time, and then you gotta go save this little boy's life. It's a good panel.
Yeah, and then the next panel too, they're gonna go save Bobby Drake, and the Sentinels show up. That's a banger panel as well.
This one, it's good.
Yeah,
that's a banger. It's a really good fight too.
Yeah, it is pretty good, and you can tell the
Sentinels are huge. It was a bold choice to have them be Colossus.
Yeah, well, that's how they were in the original comics too.
Yeah,
which I agree is a little bit ridiculous. They could have gone, just
especially for like
2 or 3 times the size of a person.
Especially for the introduction, start small and have them get bigger.
Yeah. This is,
but to have these
2.0
giant, massive Colossus robots wreaking havoc and just executing people on the spot, you're like Spider-Man didn't have a problem with that, It's like,
but like you said, it's a really good fight, and they're not coordinated, of course, because they haven't been working together. Professor X just said, "Hey, here's the team. Oh, now go find another one of you." And
he doesn't really have because he was about to get killed, and so it's a great. We talked about this with Spider-Man too. It's a good example of them, like learning their powers or learning their synergy on the fly. Like Spider-Man learning to use his web fluid for the first time in a fight against the Green Goblin.
Yeah, it's really good. And then after that, we cut to the Savage Land.
There's dinosaurs.
Yep,
there's dinosaurs in X-Men.
That's the Savage Lands for you. Crazy stuff.
He pulls out a guy's pacemaker.
Yeah.
That's a bad guy.
you see on the wall behind Magneto is Toad,
Oh yeah.
and he looks completely different in the next issue when you see him again. So I thought that was quite
Yeah, and you
hilarious.
get a glimpse of Quicksilver for the first time too. Does he have like tentacles coming out of his head, or is that
It's
just...
his hair. He's got little flips of hair that,
I hate it.
yeah, no, that's how it was
I
in the
know,
original too.
David. I
Yeah.
still hate it.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I think this first issue was a fantastic introduction.
it
Establishes the status quo without too much exposition and gets right into the action, and it was just phenomenal.
But it ends with a great twist that Wolverine is working for Magneto.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that's a good panel.
Mm-hmm.
He's covered in scars and he's killing dinosaurs. Do they explain why dinosaurs exist in the Savage Lands? Like, this isn't just a magical kingdom that they created. It's just like a...
No, it's Savage Lands
fortress.
is basically like it's kind of in the original comics. It's kind of like a Journey to the Center of the Earth type of thing. There's like this cave.
Oh, it's
that
underneath the crust.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's this place that's hidden away. It's hard to get to, and there's
I'm
dinosaurs
not a
still
comic
living.
expert. I wish I was. I just didn't have money when I was a kid. That's kind of the whole point of doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Magneto asks Wolverine to go assassinate Xavier. So
Yep.
he gets himself rescued by the team, and they try and recruit him.
There's a really good intro to Wolverine where he's captured and he's behind some bars.
Yeah, you also get your first introduction to Weapon X. He gets captured by them, and like, hey, we got you back, and then he gets rescued.
Yeah, but it's they're treating him horribly because he's a mutant and he can heal, so they're just using him as target practice, and then he heals, and then they shoot him again, and yeah,
it's a great way to, like, hey, no one's gonna feel bad when these guys get killed.
Yeah.
These panels of the glory shots, the glamour shots of the team together, though.
Yeah,
the fight scenes. The fights.
This
also
one in
pretty
particular.
Great. It's a rescue, and then Logan just like
so
pieces off. He's like, "Hey, no, like, you can rescue me, but after I go assassinate this guy, because he's getting away, and I want to kill him."
So then, issue 3, Wolverine goes with the X-Men, and is kind of up in the air whether or not he's being a double agent or not, or if his motivations for being there. He definitely likes Jean Grey, wants to get with Jean Grey. He's
flirting with Jean Grey, and then you get a scene with Magneto is talking with the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, his kids. He's like, "Hey, is Wolverine doing his job?" He's like, Wolverine is. There's you know him. He's probably trying to bang a girl, and then before he does the assassination, and so you think, oh, he's just trying to get some tail before he burns all of those bridges.
Yeah. But we get a great sequence with Wolverine just murdering all of the X-Men, and then of course it's just a simulation in the danger room.
Yeah, it's in a simulation.
But that was fun.
It's supposed to be a training exercise. You're supposed to work together, not not hack them to pieces. Like, oh, sorry, it's a force of habit. But then this is the part where it's like, how come no one else got involved in this? Magneto kidnaps the president's daughter, right? Is it the president? Yeah, it's the president's daughter. He kidnaps the president's daughter and says, "I'm going to kill her if you don't discontinue the Sentinel program." And so the X-Men launch a mission to go save her in some Croatia. Is it? Yeah, it's Croatia.
Yep, Croatia. Yeah, so they
like you see the design of Toad.
It's very different. I kind of dig it. It's really weird.
I like this Toad. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just hilarious that it's completely different from the first
Quicksilver's disgusting little hair loopies, like he's Katara from the Avatar.
Yeah.
And, but the fight scene's fun. I think the best part is Wolverine. Everyone's like, "Hey, Wolverine, how are you going to help in this fight?" He's like, "I'm going to do what I'm going to do," and he just he takes a piss. Because I guess he's just clairvoyant, and he knows that this is the direction in which Quicksilver is going to run,
Yeah.
and so he.
So he just stands in the alleyway and
It's a little
holds
bit
out his
silly,
things as he runs into him.
but
Right?
it's
But
pretty.
it was fun. So they do a getaway thing. They do
Oh,
a
they jump
jump
a
off the
car. Yeah,
car
yeah.
into the X plane or whatever.
They jump a car into the what is it? Is it just called the X plane?
I think it's called the X plane. Yeah, yeah. And then at the end, the rest of the X-Men are still on the ground, and Beast got blowed up.
Yeah, Beast dies.
Oh no!
He's probably not dead.
And
And
then
then
this is the other part. I thought it was hilarious that Cyclops gets shot in the chest, and right behind him, there's a poster on the wall that says "Nips," and he just got shot in the nip.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was hilarious.
These panels are great though. The explosions, and then he's pretending to.
Yep, and then Magneto shows up, and you get this wonderful panel that they drew sideways.
Yeah, it doesn't
So-
show up that way in the digital version they're showing, but
It's beautiful.
does-
You turn it, it's like
it's
this
good.
full page, but sideways, and you get Magneto showing up, and he crashes the train, and that's beautiful.
yeah, it just looks like one page in the digital version.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can see a crease. It's great. That's a good shot. That's the money shot right there.
Yeah.
He shows up and he says, "Stop fighting!" Right? He takes Beast back with him. Oh, no, he just lets him go. He's like, "Hey, we shouldn't be fighting. The enemy are the humans."
Yeah.
Because they've already saved the princess. He lets them go because he's trying to win them over, right? He's trying to say, "Hey, the common enemy is humans, not us. We shouldn't be fighting." And they've basically already rescued the princess.
So then we go back to the Xavier's mansion, and Beast is recovering in the custom ICU they've got there at the mansion, and Wolverine seduces Jean Grey. It's fantastic.
They have to inject him with something to save his life.
Oh, yes,
And they
that's
mention
right.
that it will turn his skin blue.
They mentioned that in it's something to do with monkeys or something, and in rare cases it turned the fur of the monkeys blue or something.
Yeah.
So foreshadowing. And then he does wake up with blue hair. Nothing else has transformed with him yet. But
Okay, I gotta pull up the seduction of Jean Grey. You gotta zoom in on hold on. You zoom in on this panel of Wolverine just being like, "I'm gonna open my shirt a little bit so you can see my chest hair," and then Jean Grey biting her lip. Except it's a little bit weird because she's like 19, right?
I don't know how old they're supposed to be.
I think they specifically say she's 19 and he's like 100. You know,
hey, 19 that's legal.
It's legal. It's a little weird. Yeah. So Cyclops gets pissed because Jean Grey doesn't love him, and so he joins the dark side. And this issue ends with him showing up at the Savage Lands. He steals the jet. He goes to the Savage Lands, and there's fireworks happening.
For some reason, yeah.
Every day's a celebration in the Savage Land.
Maybe it's a aerial dinosaur deterrent. I don't know. So then there's an attack in London, apparently, because that looks like Big Ben.
Yeah.
And then they send the Sentinels over at Savage Land. That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So issue 5 is they've saved the president's daughter, and so they make a deal with the president, saying, "Hey, let's work together instead of against each other." And so, hey, if you work with the X-Men, we'll keep you safe, right? But
basically, not all of us mutants are bad, and we'll help you fight the bad mutants that are being terrorists right now.
Yes, but they end up getting not double crossed. The president goes back on his word, and he says, "Okay." Except that I'm still going to use the Sentinels to kill everyone in the Savage Lands.
Yep.
But not the good guys. I'll work with you, the good guys. I still got to kill these people. And you get this beautiful double panel.
These Sentinels breaking up from the earth and flying over to Savage Lands. But Cyclops is over there.
Skedio. But he's one of the goodies. He's going to die too. They kind of murder. Like, look at this. Those are dead people. Yep. And I think there's like kids at the Savage Lands too. So I don't know that I don't get this whole they shy away from violence thing.
There's just a couple panels that they do that. It's hilarious.
Shoot.
But yeah, here you see that that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Magneto's kids, they're kind of conflicted.
Conflicted.
Because their
But then
dad's
they,
crazy.
yeah, but you know,
Oh, but
he's
also
their dad.
he's also treating Quicksilver like garbage this whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
He treats Cyclops as better as more of a son than his son.
Yeah,
And
which
so
is harsh.
Quicksilver kind of has a change of heart. And he's like, "Hey, I might join the good guys."
Yeah.
And then the Sentinels attack.
And then the Sentinels attack, and he helps rescue all the kitties.
Yeah, Quicksilver saves people, but then Magneto had this was part of his plan. He gathers all the Sentinels into a big circle, and I don't know if this is magnetic power, but he reprograms their brain. Look, I get like when you're writing a disc, you use magnetism to change the ones and the zeros, right? The reflection.
Yeah.
I get that that's done with a magnet, but like he would still have to be like thinking in binary, you know?
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah, but he pulls the Sentinels apart
But
and
Magneto's
puts them back
OP.
together and
Okay.
reprograms them to
Magneto's a
go
computer
after...
programmer, okay?
Yeah.
He's a hacker. A little silly, but the visuals is dope. I just wish there's a better writing excuse for like maybe he had a spy in the president's and so like he knew how to do it and it wasn't just like Father, what are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? Rearranging their circuit boards, changing their prime directive from hunting and killing anyone with mutant genes to hunting and killing anyone without them. I'm a computer programmer. It's a little bit silly, okay?
Yeah. But it's fun.
We forgive a little bit of silly in comics.
And then we find out at the end of the other issue that Cyclops still has a connection to Professor Xavier, and he reports back saying, "Hey, Magneto's on his way back to America to destroy every non-mutant." So
that's a good
suit up.
I like that. The rain dripping down.
Yeah.
And Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver decided to help.
Yeah, and then their daddy.
The final issue. The final issue opens with Jean and Logan in bed, but he told her that he was supposed to kill Xavier, but that he decided not to because she wooed him to the good side. But it doesn't go well for him because she shoves him through a mirror. Not the best at pillow talk, Logan. So.
Yep. But then they show up and they pick up the all the other remaining X-Men or all the other mutants in the Savage Land. They're flying back in the X-Jet with Cyclops, and then you get this amazing panel again with Magneto riding on top of a Sentinel.
Yeah, he's on his butt.
That's so good.
Is that his butt? No, that's got to be his head, right? Yeah, it just looks like it's his
maybe.
Butt. No,
it could be his butt.
No, you see the line right here, the line right there. That's the helmet. That's not butt.
All right.
And there's no bump. I just where his legs are coming from. It kind of looks like he's standing on the Sentinel's booty.
Again, it goes to a computer feed, or not computer feed. Again, it goes to a broadcast, and it's more, colored pencil sketch style, which I absolutely love. And he's got, is this the president?
Right, let me pull that up. Yeah. He brings the president out nude to prostrate him before the nation, and then picks up all the cameras. And look, it's another programming moment. Like, yeah, he can physically control the cameras. You had to push computer buttons to get them to broadcast. Can't really do that with magnetism. Sometimes Magneto's a little OP, and you're like, I don't know if that's physically possible. So his plan is to assassinate the president on live TV, but then Xavier shows up and cuts the car in half and saves the day, and they fight together. Let's see. Wolverine betrays Magneto, stabs him in the back, and that's how he loses.
And then he ends up getting Magneto's helmet.
Oh, no, Quicksilver. Quicksilver's the one who gets it off, because you think it's over, but Magneto is still in the fight, takes out Wolverine, and then Quicksilver is the one who shows up, steals his daddy's helmet, so that Xavier can brain control him. Magneto with a giant hole in his chest and a bunch of blue Xaviers.
He's projecting into his mind.
Oh, because he's using Magneto's powers. He picks up all the Sentinels, crunches them into a big ball with Magneto at the center. And does he kill Magneto here?
He drops him into the ocean, so he's dead.
He comes back, obviously. So that's it. That's the first volume of Ultimate X-Men, The Tomorrow People. David, it's time to play our favorite game show. Does it hold up?
Does it hold up?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes!
I think this is the
best
best
one we've read. It's the best
one
we've
so
read,
far, yeah.
It absolutely holds up. The artwork is impeccable. The storytelling is fantastic. It's Mark Miller. It's going to be a good story. It's going to be a little bit darker than most comic books, and it's going to be a little bit crazy. That's his thing. He kind of goes overboard all the time. It's Mark Miller. What do you expect? It's good, entertaining, a little bit over the top, but it's great.
Agreed.
And that's it. Next week, we are covering Ultimate Iron Man. We'll probably split it. There's volume 1 and volume 2.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 different videos. It's pretty long. This one's really fun, though. It's written by Orson Scott Card, one of my favorite authors. So looking forward to getting into that one. But for now, thanks for reading along with us. We hope you rediscovered something old or perhaps maybe found something new. See ya.
Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining, so please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.